Well, good afternoon, friends, and welcome to Camp Soggy Feet. I've got my new tent set up over there. Bill's tent's over here. We actually have two fire pits, one here, one there, and two nice little bar stools there. So Bill's getting some firewood ready to go. Beautiful waterfall just over that way. Took some pictures of it just a few minutes ago. Plan on taking you guys over there and getting some footage, and maybe taking a little walk up the creek, and hopefully coming back with some firewood. And we plan on getting a fire going here shortly because both our shoes are wet, our socks are wet. Even if I don't have to wear the socks, who wants to carry around a soggy pair of socks? So let's go check out the waterfall, find some firewood, and get this thing cooking. Alrighty, my friends, here's the waterfall that we've all been waiting to find for this whole 8-mile journey to get here. There's not a whole lot of water flowing. Like I said, we're in a pretty bad drought in this area, but the rain this overnight and this morning has kind of helped pick it up some. But could you just imagine if it was really flowing, what this would look like? Pretty incredible. And could you imagine being here when all these fine rhododendrons would be in bloom? Like around like July or something? What a sight to behold. And this is just a few short steps away from camp. You can see our tents and everything set up over there. It's a great site. This is the one that we wanted, and we're just lucky no one else is here right at the moment. Like I said, I'm gonna walk up here a little ways and see if maybe there's some other cascades or something. We got some firewood. I'm gonna pull some more wood down off the hill somehow. And yeah, let's get this thing going. Chicken fried rice. That's what Daniel's gonna have. Creamy sauce. Spending time in the back. Friends, good morning. It's about 6:15. Still pitch black outside. It's 42 degrees in the tent anyway. Could be a little bit colder outside. I'm pretty cold. I think my plan right now is get my stove fired up, get breakfast started. We want to try to get on the trail pretty early today. You know, I don't want to rush through breaking camp, so try to give myself as much time as possible. But we want to try to get out of here by 8. An hour and 45 minutes ought to give me time to make breakfast, eat breakfast, and get all this stuff put away. But I got to try to get warm. And I'm hoping if I get up and get moving a little bit, it's going to get a little colder here as the sun comes up too. Usually drops a couple degrees. All in all though, I did get some sleep. A good bit of sleep actually. So I feel like I have energy. And like I said, we're going to try to make it to the truck today. That's 11 miles. It's going to be a push. But I think we can do it. Alright, well, as you can see, Bill's got a nice little fire going for us. I got some hot tea and a Mountain House breakfast skillet. Just kind of enjoying the ambiance as the sun you can kind of see rising up over the hills up over there. It's been a beautiful morning. It's 33 degrees, probably 32 by now, because probably lost another degree when the sun came up. It doesn't feel too bad now that I'm out of the tent, actually. I was kind of cold in there and I'm kind of warm out here, so doesn't make sense. 42, it was 42 in the tent this morning. Yeah, just gonna kind of get some ambiance from the waterfall here, and then we're gonna head out And the goal is to make it back to the truck. Alright my friends, it is time to say goodbye to this amazing waterfall campsite. No doubt the highlight of the trip so far. It's been beautiful and it's been a nice sound in the background as we were sitting by the fire last night and enjoying some of the most amazing stars I've ever seen. I mean, in this valley here, it just gets pitch dark. There is no light pollution making its way in here whatsoever. And man, those stars, I'll throw some photos on there. You're gonna think it's fake looking at the pictures, but it's not, it's real life. And yeah, just awesome experience here at Cranberry Wilderness. Well, we've successfully navigated our way back to the trail without getting wet, so that's a big plus for this morning. 11 miles now to go. So like once you're down past the waterfall, you can see the steep bank on the other side and all the rock walls over there. That's totally different than what we've been seeing. So I think we're gonna get to see some outcroppings and maybe even some cave-like features like what's just over there as we continue to walk down this path here. I don't think we have far to go before we get to a trail intersection, and then we're gonna take the north-south trail to the North Fork Trail, and then we'll be back at the truck. All right, so we have made it to our first trail junction of the day. We're going to be following the Laurelly Branch. I believe it goes up that mountain behind us. We got about 2,000 feet in elevation to go up right now. So we're going to be leaving this kind of nice road grade that we've been following the whole way down, and who knows what we're heading into. So that's kind of why this will be the last water source too, I believe, for us. The creek crossing here. So like we filled up at camp, but like I have 64 ounces of water and Bill does the same. I don't think we really need that if we make it back to the truck today, but there's always a chance that we won't because it's a long way and we don't know what kind of terrain to expect. So it's always good to be prepared. But we're going to start heading up the hills here. And
we're on this trail for 3.3 miles, I want to say.
Well, there is a campsite right here at the trail junction. I believe I saw someone on YouTube camp there. And it's a good campsite, lots of space, and it is close to the creek. So that's always an option for you if you get to the waterfall and people already got it, which I wouldn't expect that, but you could always just come down here. And as we say goodbye to the Middle Fork here, we got to cross it one last time. So this is the last creek crossing of the adventure. And to be honest, I'm about sick of creek crossings. Let's try to do some trails in the future without creek crossings. But here we go one last time. Nice view of the sun coming up as we cross the creek here in the Middle Fork. And I should also tell you, friends, that if this was like a normal year in normal circumstances and not a drought, you'd be getting wet coming through here. There's no way around it. So unless you like wet feet, come here when it's dry. We've been lucky in that respect. But just know, if you come here under normal circumstances, it's going to be like the Red Creek at Dolly Sods. Like, bring some Crocs or something because you're going to need to trudge through it. making our way up the switchbacks, and I just want to tell you, you definitely want to have the All Trails or something downloaded on your phone or use some sort of GPS, because like if you look behind me, you could easily think that this is another switchback and that we would head back up that next grade over there, but that's not the case. The trail that we need to follow continues down that way, and I just got out my phone and confirmed that. But like, there's no blazes, there's hardly any signs, and so it can be confusing if you don't have some sort of something to guide you. And if you're trying to put on a lot of miles, you don't want to make mistakes either. Like, it's no big deal to walk out of your way into like a dead end or something, but it costs you time, and you're carrying 30 pounds, and you know, you just don't want to do it. So here's going to be one last look at the Middle Fork Gorge, we'll call it. We came down that side yesterday. A lot of nice mountains and stuff downstream from where we're at. You know, we came south to West Virginia in hopes of maybe a little bit of leftover fall foliage and maybe a little bit of warmth, and we got neither. But that's okay. We're hoping as we keep climbing in elevation here, maybe we'll get some better views of either this valley or the surrounding scenery and stuff. We really don't know what to expect. Videos that I've watched were not of this trail that we're doing. I have obviously seen videos of the Middle Fork Trail. That's one of the more popular ones. So we expected a lot of scenery from that, being that it is so popular, but and of course you got it with the waterfall and stuff. So yeah, all in all, this is a beautiful day to be hiking. It's very comfortable to be walking right now, and I'd much rather be wearing the clothes than carrying them on my back in my pack. So all in all, good situation, beautiful morning. We're making good time, and let's keep going. Well, alright my friends, we have made it to the last switchback. We don't know if that's good or bad. We don't know if now we're going to be going like straight up a hill or what the story is, or maybe it'll just mellow out from here. But we've climbed a long way. My watch says 2,800 feet in elevation is what we're at, but that of course is not completely accurate. But I didn't look to see where we started, but I know at some point we were at like 23 something, so we've gone at least 500 feet. So we're going to keep on trekking. We've lost all our layers. It's getting warm. Sun's out. Beautiful scenery of the Middle Fork Gorge. I believe our campsite wasn't too far down. Would be like just straight down from where we're at. So onward and upward. What goes down must come up. Yesterday we descended all day. Now we're going up. We're going to keep ascending whatever hill this is on this Laurelly Branch trail. I think we're pretty much done with it though. And the north-south trail ought to be just up ahead. So the trail seems to have changed from what was once a road or logging railroad to more of a footpath. As you can see where Bill's coming through over there, it's pretty narrow. There's some hemlocks and red spruce in here, and that's where we're headed, up the hill. I think we've reached kind of the top of the steepest portion. We've come up about 1,000 feet in elevation, but we're going up nearly 2,000 feet to the truck, but I think it's more gradual over the course of the rest of the day. as we enter into kind of a spruce and hemlock dominated forest, comes increasing moisture content in the soil. So there's no way to do this without getting your feet wet. So it's like I almost wish when we did the river crossings down below that I would have just trudged through, because you can't get your feet any wetter than what mine are at this point. A little bit of increased difficulty in the trail too up here. We've been going at a steady pace of 2.2 miles an hour, but I think that might slow a little bit as the trail gets a little more challenging. Alright, I believe this faded sign here marks the end of the Laurelly Trail. As you can hopefully see just over there, there's a nice campsite up here at the top of the hill. And I think if you walked around here enough, you might be able to get yourself a view, because it seems like we are at the crest of some sort of ridge. But anyway you slice it, there's a beautiful campsite with some nice chairs and a fire pit and all that stuff going on right over here. And so we actually did stop at this campsite here for a short break, ate some snacks. Bill brought some Airheads, which are a lifesaver on these backpacking trips, give you a little sugar rush to get you going. And this is actually a really nice site. It's like situated in all these hemlocks and stuff. It's eerie how quiet it is up here. Like down where we were yesterday, you could hear the stream and that was all you heard, but like here it is just dead silence. And so we've kind of come to the conclusion that the draw to bring people backpacking here is the seclusion. You won't see other people on the trail, at least that's been our experience, and you won't see much of anything, any signs of civilization. And it is kind of a challenge to navigate this terrain, so I think that's another draw, is people who want to learn to navigate, here's a good place to do it, you know, because the trails aren't all that well marked and kind of faint in some spots. So you could get lost easily if you didn't have some sort of navigation tool on you. We have paper maps and phone GPS and all that, so 6 miles to go. Let's get back to the truck. And just like that, friends, we've entered back into a mostly hardwood forest. The trail has been rather difficult to follow. Again, it's tough in here. But I believe we're going to be kind of going up and down over these knolls and through some more of those spruce and hemlock areas over the course of the day. And I think it's just going to kind of be a little bit of change of scenery here and there, up and down. And so now it looks like we're going back up, but we had to go down off that knoll to get here. Well, we've lost the trail a little bit, but All Trail says it's straight ahead of us somewhere. But check out the view of the mountains off in the distance through the trees. Definitely the best kind of overlooks you're going to get on this trail, it seems like. So friends, as you can maybe see around me, this is a little bit more of the setting I envisioned that we would be hiking through for most of today. The moss-covered forest floor in a spruce and hemlock forest. Probably a little bit of white pine mixed into it, because I think that one of these might be a white pine here. But boy, is this something special. I mean, just look around. It's like a grassy field, but it's moss instead of grass. Alright, well, we just took a little bit of a breather and we're getting back on the trail. We got the steepest section coming up, 21% grade. We're going to go down steeply, up steeply, then it should be leveled off the rest of the way. All to the truck. 4.5-ish miles left to go, and it's only 1:30, so we're in pretty good shape. So friends, this is a rather interesting section of trail, if trail is the term you want to use for bushwhack. Yeah, don't try this in the dark, for sure, unless you just want to blindly follow your GPS, because you'll get turned around real quick. Of course, there's spider webs and every which thing. It's very easy to end up not where you're supposed to here. But we're good, because we have the GPS and we're just kind of following it. Okay, well, I might be lost. I mean, this wouldn't be the first time on this trail that I have no idea where the trail is. Oh, here it is. That's the trail. Yeah. We're making good time despite this struggle. But, I mean, it's so hard for me to like film anything for you because you can't really see nothing through this dense forest. Which is cool in its own right. This is actually the first mountain laurel I've seen, is in this area here. Alright, I gotta check on all trails and keep trudging along. Alright, well, once again we have reached one of these moss-covered areas of the forest, which is what you come here to the Cranberry Wilderness to see. Pretty awesome type of ecosystem. It's really something special and unique to this area. We've gone up and down quite a ways, up some steep grades, and it's been a rough trail. It's hard to film anything for you guys because we're just trying to navigate. This has been one of the hardest trails to navigate out of all the hiking that I've ever done. And yeah, when we get finished with this today, we're going to be able to say we did something, that's for sure. We have about 2 miles left to go to the truck, and we're going about 2 miles an hour. So that means we should have about an hour left of this. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to hurry through this section, but we've been kind of keeping up a pretty brisk pace just because there's not a lot to see. There's some really cool spots on this trail, and then there's just some spots that's not so much. And so this is one of them places here, like, I'm sure you can see the sun behind me, like, you kind of want to stand here for a bit and take it all in and savor it, because you worked hard to get here. This last section of trail has been truly a magical experience. I mean, just look at it around me. It's so fluorescent, like the color of the green, but to actually be here and experience it is something truly unique. Alright, well this is it, my friends. We have completed the loop. We're going to the scenic highway, which is just out there, and that's where the truck's at. And it's just a hop, skip, and a jump from here. Friends, the last couple miles of this hike have been something truly magical. It kind of makes my hike because I was kind of down on this whole thing. Just kind of having a rough go at things this morning, and not a whole lot to see. And you know, now we're up here, and it just makes the whole thing go so much quicker, and like it's more exciting when there's like stuff to look at as you're walking through this red spruce forest. If this is the kind of environment you want to come see, you know, I suggest you come down here and check out the north-south trail, the Cranberry Wilderness. We have made it back to the truck, as you can see here. That was a long 11 miles, but we got her done, and we hope you enjoyed the video. We hope you'll subscribe to Bill's channel, check out his videos on it, and just want to thank you all for joining us once again here from West Virginia. Definitely check out our West Virginia camping playlist for more videos down here in the wild and wonderful state, and we'll see you next week with something awesome.